Hi guys, this is Xiaomi Max aka Max. Welcome back to another video on the channel. So what will be our next big investment? The market is actually going up really high after all the Black Friday madness, as well as what are some of the content that we can expect. Yesterday, an hour before content drop, we got our player of the month Greasy. Now I thought that he was actually gonna be a 90 because he already has a 89 in form. They didn't really upgrade his weak foot as well. He still has the finesse shot as the playstyle plus, which is a huge W. Initially, when I saw this, I thought, he might be pretty reasonable. However, right, he's actually pretty expensive. Just 3 squads, 86, 87, and an 88 squad. It actually costs you, right around 518k. If we actually go ahead and compare him, right, to his inform, he actually gets a +1 for the pace, shooting, as well as the passing. So is the upgrade, worth that price? I think absolutely not, because you're paying what, like 250k more, right, just for that +1. You can't actually feel that in game, so I don't think that is worth it to do. If you take a look at the inform itself, because of the fact that he wasn't that worth it to complete, right, he actually rose up in price. He went from about 225k all the way up to about 246k before going further up right around to 260k. So this is typically, right, what happens when the SBC is not good value, and then you actually get a rise, right, on his previous best version. I think that his team of the week, as I mentioned, right, is better than the Trailblazer simply because he has the finesse shot as his playstyle plus, but the Trailblazer version doesn't. Really, I don't think that it's actually worth it to complete this SBC just simply because it is way too expensive. Now, the really good value SBC that we have gotten yesterday is actually your Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. High-low work rates, which is great for a striker. His stats actually look very good, I would say. He does have the rapid plus as the playstyle plus. Now, the huge thing about this, right, is actually he's actually very cheap. 82 with an inform as well as an 85 rated squad. This SBC, right, will only set you back 93k. Given, how good the chemistry is for the cards in this promo, right, I would say that this is actually a very worth it SBC to complete. Now, Klaus actually went up, but not as much as we were expected him to go up, right, because he's from Marseille as well. He just went from right around 20k up to around his current price of about 23k or so. So we don't expect, right, whatever SBCs that we have, right, the link investments to do great, because the chemistry for these cards, right, are actually already very good on its own. We did also get the Advent Calendar upgrade, otherwise known as your daily login. Same thing, it's just a gold common. Just go and submit, and we do have a objective for that as well, which, if we actually go and take a look, it's actually very good, right? You just have to do your daily login every single day, and then you're gonna get some free packs as well as picks. We do also have base loan icons as well. So if you're crafting player SBCs like your Mbappe's, etc, this is actually a thing that you can do. But EA, right, most definitely have to update the timer on this, because we have to do this 25 times, but we only have 24 days to get it done. So just make sure that you don't miss out a single day. I believe that they're probably gonna give us 27 or 28 days, hopefully. Now, right at the end, we actually get a very good 84 plus player pick, right? Road to the knockout, Trailblazers, Centurions, and Trophy Titans. So this is a very huge W by EA. We did also get the return of your daily play games. So what you have to do is just play one match in any game mode, and then you get a 2-game loan for a radioactive player. You play 2 games with that radioactive player in any game mode, and you basically get all this, right? You get XP, you get free packs as well. So again, this is a very huge W, and it will go a long way, right, towards crafting all the SBCs that you actually want to do. So we did get a evolution yesterday as well. It's called the Radioactive Maestro. As you guys can see, right, I have already started on this. Now, EA actually tweeted this out at content drop, but the Evo, right, didn't drop after a couple of hours after the tweet itself, right? I think there was some screw up there. Now, this is really special, right, because your radioactive players, right, you actually get +2 for your Nation League as well as your club. You just add the nationality or league manager, and you basically, right, you're already an active player, right, very easily gets full camp. So for this upgrade, right, it's actually a +3 overall. If you actually, right, paid 150k for your previous evolution, right, I most definitely will feel for you. Your Centurion's box to box midfielder. This one, right, you have to pay 150k, you have to play 40 games. This one is totally free, and then you only have to play 5 games. So, you know, that's the reason why I feel like paid evolutions, right, in this game, right, is almost never worth it, because EA would actually release a better evolution for lesser games for free, or they will actually go ahead to release cards, right, that you have already evolved at a much cheaper price. So if we take a look at the cards itself, the two, right, between the two, there's actually not too much of a difference. The box to box Centurions one has +1 pace, +1 passing, 1 defending, as well as the physical. However, the radioactive version, right, does have the +2 passing as well as the better links. Of course, another thing is the work rates is high for this box to box. It's actually still medium high for your radioactive maestro. I definitely would prefer the medium high work rate, especially when I'm gonna play him as the CDM. So some of the other players that you can actually look at doing, right, would be the likes of your Rabiot, who actually went up a decent amount in price. Limer, Toon. I think Tamis, right, is actually one that you can really look at, because I think that he's actually a pretty good player as well, right? Go and look for his inform. And then following on, we do have the likes of your Fofana, right? Fofana is another one that is really helpful, right? His pace might not be that great, but if you're on new gen, I think this is a very good evo to do, because he links to Ronaldo. And then we have Kamavinga as well. Cassie I wouldn't do, right? Joelinton as well, because we actually have better versions, right, of these cards. So those are some of the evolutions that you can be looked to doing. Of course, right, if you did also do your evolutions like your golden glow, right, I believe it's called, you can actually do your chain evolutions as well, right? If you take a look at somebody like Kobe Mino, right, you can actually go and do your chained evolution, and he can go as high as a 85 overall rated card. So like I always say, this is the reason why I always feel like, you know, with evolutions, right, you should be taking your time and don't rush into your evolutions, because sometimes, or most of the time, we do get way better evolutions, right, just like two weeks down the road. Now we did also get another player objective, this time in the form of Eric Bailly, FIFA favorite, I would have to say. You just have to basically play games, right, and win games, right, with a Turkish league player. So if you bought, you know, if you use Zaha, you can actually get this objective done along with your daily play objective. He's definitely, I would say, right, Bailly is always a very decent card in game, right. His defending is actually pretty aggressive. He has the block as the playstyle plus, right, slack tackle as well as bruiser. You do also is able to use Nani, right, as one of the cards, right, to actually go ahead to go and complete this objective. Now we did also get a Vermin SBC. So this one is not great at all. I'll have to say medium for central midfielder is not that great. His stats also don't look that impressive. 86 overall card. The requirements, right, is actually a 83 rated squad with 185. So I would stay well clear of this, even though it's actually pretty cheap. Now let's talk about the actual team itself and how it's actually looking. So with this, how the chemistry work is actually very simple. If you have Messi in your team, you either have a Argentina or a MLS manager. He basically gets full camp. So it's actually very easy, right, to link all these players up. So for the likes of your Nani, who plays in the off league, in the Turkish league, your Kante and Benzema, who plays in the Saudi league, Cassie as well, Vela, all these off league players, right, would actually have way more easier chemistry to link, right? Of course, people who don't have the, you know, a popular nationality like the likes of Gravio, it's also really helpful, right, for their chemistry as well. Now, EA also did mess up some of the price range yesterday. Sam Kerr was 190k and she was extinct. Mazraoui, same, 190k price range, he was extinct. Oshoala also got extinct right around 290k, so I'm not sure what is going on there. you know, if you had sniping bolts, right, you probably have made a lot of coins. If we do actually take a look at the actual upgrades, right, I would say that it's actually not that spectacular. If we take a look at Messi's card, right, compared to his base gold version, right, it's a +2 on the defending and the pace, right, just +1s across the board, and really, right, just a +4 for the physical. However, right, he's actually super duper expensive, right around 4 mil. So really, right, with this promo, right, what you're paying for, right, it's more of the links. If you take a look at somebody like Kante as well, right, this version of Kante, if you compare him to the Evo version, right, it's actually just +1s and +2s, right? But this one, right, it's actually right around 1.2 mil. So again, I would say, right, for this promo, you're just paying for the links, right, more than anything else, rather than the stats itself. Now, we did also get the return, right, of your 82 plus Team of the Week player pick. So the requirement is a 82 as well as a 83 rated squad is actually the exact same requirement. Comes up to right around 25k to complete, which is actually where the price of your Team of the Weeks are. They were actually, before I content dropped yesterday, right around 50k, right? And if you have been doing trading with them, right, all week, right, they have actually been doing really well. So what I would say is, I would actually wait for your Team of the Weeks, right, to drop. They're actually right around 26 to about 27k right now. I would really like them, or hope for them to drop to right around 15k. Even though I don't think that is very likely. They're most possibly gonna drop to about, I would say, 17 to 18k at content drop later if we do get lightning rounds. So this will be the investment, right, that I will be full sending. I'll have to monitor the price, but I would say, right, if they drop to right around 17 to 18k, right, they're actually very good pickups, because they have actually, right, been the stuff, right, that does the best, right, among all the fodder over the past few weeks. Let's take a look at some of the store packs that we have gotten, right. There were actually some store packs, right, whereby they give you like a 34% chance of getting a radioactive player. This is the one that I'm actually talking about, your radioactive gamma pack, your 300k pack. So, you know, we have been getting so many lightning rounds recently, especially for the Black Friday. It actually started all the way back last Wednesday. We have gotten lightning rounds, and basically from last Wednesday, right, we have gotten lightning rounds, right, every single day up until today. So it's a total of 10 straight days of lightning rounds, right? Never in my life have I seen so many lightning rounds. In previous Black Friday promos, right, traditionally we only see lightning rounds, right, through the weekend, at most, right, on a Monday, up till Monday itself. But, you know, basically EA is just going all out, right, to make money in this FC24. So why am I talking about this? Because our fodder, right, did not go up as high as we expected them to, right? Your 84s, right, their peak was actually at Monday at about 4k, when realistically speaking, right, I really expected them, right, to go to 5k at least, right? If we take a look at the rest of your higher rated fodder, I would say, right, they are stuck right around the same prices. They didn't really move that much. Your 87s, right, their lowest was about 15k or so. Your 88s, right, possibly right around 83k, 23k. So, you know, what I'm trying to say is, what we have gotten, right, it's actually unprecedented. I don't expect us to get lightning rounds every single day, right, for this radioactive promo. So it'll be safe to, you know, go back to invest. But really, I'm only really interested, right, in, if I'm gonna touch these, right, I'm just gonna touch 83 rated cards to try to get them on beat at this card price at about 850 coins. I wouldn't really be touching the rest of the fodder yet until we see what kind of a content, right, we will be getting. Unless EA, right, requires them specifically, right? If not, I'm gonna stay well clear of them. So go for your 83s, right? At this card price, right around, bid for them at about 850 coins, right? You will be able to win them very easily. Now, let's talk about the Thunderstruck live cards, right? This was the stuff that I was talking about, right, in the previous video, where I told you guys, right, to go and, you know, go ahead to pick up some cards. If we take a look at Davies, right, as a very good example, they are all up in price. He went from about 877k all the way up to about 950k after he went out of packs. Jeremy Frimpong from about 615 all the way up to about 675k. So live cards always have demand, right? That's the thing that I always say. And EA, right, to their credit, actually updated these cards, right, very, very quickly. The games finished on Monday last week. They actually did the upgrades, right, by Wednesday. So kudos to EA. So, you know, some of the cards also went really, really high. The likes of your Neymar, right? After Al Hilal, you know, dropped Al Nassr 3-0 yesterday, I believe he went up by right around close to like a 5 to 600k, right? So 4.6, yeah, up to about 5.3, right? So right around 700k or so. So, you know, these cards will actually move a lot. So, you know, you can just watch out for some of the cards. Like I already mentioned in the previous video, right? Bernardo Silva is one really good one because we have upcoming league games, right, over the next 2 days or so. So Bernardo Silva, I already mentioned. Van der Sar, right? Let's check out Van der Sar's price because the last time I talked about him, right, in the previous video, how much was he? About 540 to 560k. And I mentioned that regardless of whether Ajax does well, right, Van der Sar always does well as a out of pack investment because he's the best goalkeeper in the game, right? As simple as that. So he has already went up. So Varane, I wouldn't really like because, you know, Man United is not playing well, but we are winning games. Lukaku has already gotten his +1, so watch out for Lukaku. And basically, you know, Lukaku is a no risk because he is 25k, and the cheapest 88 right now is how much? Is 25k. So, you know, if he gets a goal, right, you can possibly buy Lukaku, right, and actually keep him and not sell him and then wait for his upgrade before selling him because he's for the price. So these are some of the cards that you can be looking at. You can go through. I think Arsenal stands a very, very good chance because they are very, very good. They have form right now, and then they're playing Wolves and Luton. So Luton are basically the whipping boys. So Frimpong is another one to look out for because, you know, we have a lot of Bayern Leverkusen links. So, you know, I can go on and on, but basically, you know what I'm saying, right? I think Joelinton is another one that is really, really good because he's actually very, very cheap, right around 35k, right? So those are some of the cards that you can be looking at. I like Bremer as well because you know, he's a very, very good center half. Fati, even though I would say, you know, Brighton is not exactly in the best of form, they're struggling with injuries. Yeah, Klosterman as well, right? I believe he's actually right around this card price, right? He's actually slightly up. So watch out for all these cards, right? These cards have a lot of demand, right? You should be putting all your coins, all your effort to flipping cards, right, into your Thunderstruck cards because they are the newest and they're live cards. So talking about live cards, your Road to the Knockout, right, also gotten their upgrades. Specifically, right, I just want to talk about this thing with Openda because he actually has finished all his upgrades. It was not supposed to get any more upgrades, as you guys can see, but EA, right, just decided to upgrade him to like a 88, which I, for the love of God, right, I don't understand why. Anyway, this caused his price, right, to actually fly yesterday. So he went from about 260k right up to about 350k, and right now he's very close to 400k. So I believe, right, EA actually also done this previously. So, you know, if you're somebody who keeps track of the upgrade, right, you can of course make some coins along with this as well. So with your Road to the Knockout cards, I always say just be careful. Make sure that you sell off all those cards, right? They have actually gotten all their upgrades and are not available to get upgrades anymore. So let's talk about some of the upgrades that we will be seeing, right? So like I mentioned yesterday, the Al Hilal game, the Al Hilal actually won Al Nassr 3-0. So get ready for your, you know, upgrades for those people who have Malcolm. He's actually gonna get a +2. He's gonna go up to a 88 overall. So very good there, right? Because he actually links with Neymar. Now, we do also have some leaked objectives as well as SBC. I believe this should be a objective, possibly next Friday, Dia. And then we also have the likes of your Skriniar. I believe this one, right, should be coming as a SBC. So for people who run PSG team, right, this is actually very helpful for your chemistry purposes. We do also have more leaks of evolutions as well, right? We already gotten the central midfielder one. So the next evolution, right, will be called Relentless Radioactive Evolution. And I believe, right, it's actually gonna be a left back evolution. So we don't have any more news other than that. So do keep a lookout for that. And also, I believe we should be able to see another evolution, right, for your wingers as well, given that we have actually seen the central midfielder one. So do watch out for all those stuff. And also, right, today later on at content drop, right, we do have the SBC for your base icon Gamble SBC, right, going away. So I think that there's a very, very high chance, right, that we do get this re-release later on. So let's go through the requirements again. 86, 87 with one team of the week, and you can actually do this 3 times. So I believe we will be getting this later on. So do look out for your, especially your team of the week prices, especially if they get re-released. I personally won't be buying team of the weeks right now because I believe that they're gonna drop way more in price. They're still a bit too high in price for my liking. So that is something that you can look forward to. Now, in my last video, right, I actually spoke about investing in your FC Pro Life cards, and I said that this guy is actually my favorite. So he's actually, already gone up in price. When I told you guys to pick him up, right, he was actually right around 59k. So right now he's going for about 67k or so. So as always, right, they do play on Monday. Sign to the hype if the pro representing him, right, actually scores first, right, do go ahead to sell him. If Mateus does score first, go ahead and sell him. Calvin, right, however, he's actually chilling at about the same price. Like I mentioned, right, the pro representing him is not that great. That is the reason why he's not hyped as much as your Karamo. So yeah, if you bought them, right, GG's to you. You already made coins already. So I just want to tell you guys also, right, that I have started on the Mbappe SBC because I think that this is actually a player, right, that I can use for a very, very long time. I already completed 4 squads. I haven't spent a single coin. That is what I will be trying to do because, I just think that card, right, can last me till Team of the Year. And with the amount of fodder packs that we are seeing, right, under objectives, right, I should be able to get it done, right, for relatively amount. That's all from me. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit that like button. We are also in the weekend league period right now. So if you're struggling in champs for wins, right, I've actually did a 16 wins video for both old gen and new gen, so do check it out. Do sub to the channel for more content. Links to my free Discord will be down in the description below, and I'll see you guys soon. Alright, take care guys.